First and foremost, body position. As the rope enters your body through your arms, it is wanting to pull the top half of your body over. This is why it is very important to keep your handle down and in. Then when you bend your knees, this brings the handle and the board closer together, making two equal parts. The upper half and lower half pulled equally. This is correct body position. Make sure your body is correct in form. Body facing forwards, bend your elbows, keep your handle low. The more down and in it is, the better it's going to be. Keep your hips facing forwards. Bend your knees and then stay centered over the board. Keep your body straight. Focus on really turning the board. Do not lean side to side. Body position. Once you get it, then you're ready to do the toe side jump. And first thing is to do the jumps with a long line length. Make sure it's long enough that you only land in the center of the wake. Then when you go to two wakes, you have to put the line definitely short enough so you can easily clear the two wakes. Shortening the line. Fold it in half. Go around, underneath, and over top. And what happens when you pull, it tightens itself. When you want to undo, it comes off very easy. You shorten the line also to go slow. The slower you go, the more confidence building you will be. I suggest you shorten the line so you can go slower. You bend your knees to apply pressure to your toes. Then you push your knees towards the water to apply pressure to the edge. So you push your knees towards the water, and that's what gives it more roll onto its edge. So that's what helps you to edge the board through the top of the wakes. You push or bend your knees a little bit more towards the water, you get more edge. You turn angle towards the wake, and then you keep turning angle all the way through the top of the wake, and that's where the word progressive turn comes into play. Progressively turn your board all the way through the top of the wake. Your job doesn't end when you get to the bottom of the wakes. Your job ends when you go off and into the air. Then you continue that same angle until you land. When landing, you want to keep your handle closer, down and in, just the same as you use for your takeoff. You land, absorb, and you're riding away. Then you can release your handle a bit. And then once they get their confidence in getting over the wakes, then you bring it back. Either half, which is 2.5 feet, because most takeoff loops are 5 feet. If your line only goes 55 feet, you might need it 40 feet for the first couple times on the toe side. Make the wake-to-wake jump, then bring it out in like 3-foot increments, or 5 foot if you're bold enough. But the thing is, if you crash a few times, shorten it back up. Now, if you use good form going out, then you bend your knees and you squeeze the handle back down in. Make sure the handle's always down and in just before you go to cut. Then you turn the board back in. You should not have to change anything of your body position. You physically keep the handle tight, just continue turning angle all the way through the top of the wakes, and you will jump. To go bigger, is keeping the handle closer. Turn the board more aggressive. Really focus on the ollie and pushing of your leg jump. If you ollie and push with your jumps, that's where you get the highest jump, and that's where you go the biggest. But you gotta keep your handle more under control. The harder you edge, the harder the rope is gonna pull away from you. So if you want to go big, you gotta hold the handle closer and tighter, more aggressive than you were for a normal jump. The ultimate best is literally to turn the board really well, good handle control the whole way through, and ollie the board off the top of the wakes. Common problems on the toe side, tricking your body not to lean. If you're leaning over, you hit the wakes and you fall forward. So the next problem you'll have is you come in, you don't turn enough angle, you don't get enough speed, your body's leaning over, then your body gets there and says, I don't like that, and it jumps back. The next thing you know, you're on your heels. If you start too close to the wake, your body naturally tries to help yourself to edge harder by leaning. Trick your body not to lean. So if you start too wide from the wakes, you'll turn and gain a lot of speed, but then when you get there, your body has a feeling of going too fast, so you start to relax or let off of the angle and flatten off, which then when you get there, it usually means where people are going to end up on their heels. If you jump and land with your handle out, then you land and you get a squirrely landing. Sometimes it pulls the handle out of your hands, and or it just pulls you over, or you wobble really bad when you land. So definitely want to keep the handle under control. Body facing forwards, bend your elbows, keep your handle low, keep your hips facing forwards, bend your knees, and then stay centered over the board. Keep your body straight. Focus on really turning the board. Do not lean side to side. Progressively turn your board all the way through the top of the wake. Then you can continue that same angle until you land. When landing, you want to keep your handle closer. You land, absorb, and you're riding away. Then you can release your handle a bit. Correct form going out will lead to correct form going in. Eventually the habits will be made that that's all your body will ever know, and then your riding will become so much more smooth and consistent.